Well, I'm calmed down a little bit. That Eagles game is still one of the most putrid, vile losses I've seen here. It's right up there with that last game at Veterans Stadium, which, coincidentally enough, was also at the hands of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The press conference after the game, Chip Kelly took no responsibility. At least with Andy Reid, he would take responsibility for team errors, just, threw the whole team under the bus. No one is playing right except for him. He's calling the right plays. Everyone's playing wrong. I've, not had any clarity saying, I'm overreacting, saying Chip Kelly needs to go. No, Chip Kelly needs to go. Chip Kelly needs to go. And again, it's not that I'm giving up on my team. It's I'm looking out for my favorite team's future. The future is not with Chip Kelly. Future's not with Pat Shurmur. The future's not with Billy Davis. Right now, this team is falling apart. Going back 2 weeks ago to the Dolphins game, there was a play that burned my ass, and it seemed that it burned the ass of a number of other people on the team as well, because someone has come out anonymously. DeMarco Murray was running a play on the sideline, running the ball, and running for the first down marker, and he slides. It's like, hey, it's no big deal initially, but it's like, when have you seen DeMarco Murray running and then taking a slide rather than running full force into contact? And an anonymous person came out to reporters saying, how look at DeMarco Murray sliding before he gets tackled. When have you ever seen him do that? He's goddamn right. And that is one of many things that's making it look like, these guys aren't trying for Chip. And I said this weeks ago, and those of you that are regular viewers of me know that I said this weeks ago that, isn't it weird that the Eagles are dropping so many passes? How does a team, including players like Darren Sproles, just all of a sudden get the dropsies? I've never seen that become such an epidemic on a team other than this Eagles team magically. All of a sudden they can't catch the ball. And I said to myself, is this something that is being done on purpose because this team just flat out doesn't like Chip Kelly? And now with more and more pieces falling into place, I think it's getting to be pretty clear that this team does not want to win for this coach. And if they do want to win, they're not going to go the extra mile. And frankly, if I feel the team that I love and cherish is demotivated to the point that they don't want to go the extra mile for that coach has got to go. The coach has got to go. Because all the pieces are here, aside from a quarterback and aside from a better receiver that can be a deep threat, spread the field, something that you could rely on beyond 20 yards, not a bunch of slot reception guys and a yard after catch guys. This team is built to win right now, but it ain't going to win fucking shit if guys aren't willing to go the extra mile. Anyways, enough about that game. Props to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I didn't give them props enough in my reaction video because I was too furious bitching and moaning about my team. Tampa Bay did their thing. Jameis Winston, even though I've heard a number of Buccaneers fans tell me how he's not going to end up being anything in this league, that kid looks like he's going to be something special, and that is a young squad that is pushing for a wild card. I don't care if they get into the playoffs and get the shit kicked out of them. That is beyond a successful season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. To go from the worst record in the NFL last year to a wild card one and done, anything like that, that is a young squad that is going to do some damage in the future. So Tampa Bay Buc fans, don't worry. You may have been crying in the basement for the past few years, but man, that team is built with pieces that can win. I wish I could say that, my team had that much inspiration and passion to go in and kick someone's shit in on their home field, but I don't get that feeling out of my team right now. Not with Chip Kelly here. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Let's get into our Week 11 review, Week 12 preview. By the way, I got a tablet now. I upgraded. Spare no expense for you guys. Anyways, oh, by the way, the roast of the Archfiend, I'm gonna do that later on this week. I got put off this week, and I just wasn't in the mood to make a funny, silly video. So, hopefully next week the sting of losing to the Lions will wear off by next Monday, Tuesday. Anyway, we'll get to that in the preview video, which is coming out later today. Tennessee at Jacksonville. Jacksonville keeping their playoff hopes alive as much as anyone else in the AFC South with a 19-13 win over the Tennessee Titans. Yippity-doo-dah-day. Tampa Bay, we already went over, beat the Philadelphia Eagles 45-17. Indianapolis at Atlanta. Matt Hasselbeck. My fucking God. Atlanta. It's time to start thinking about next season, Atlanta. Don't worry, I'm in the same boat with you guys. 24-21, Indianapolis. Comeback win. Jesus Christ. I got sold and fooled on Atlanta this year, first half of the season. And by the way, I'm trying to amp this up as much as possible and give as much analysis, but it's like I can only care so much about everyone else's team when my team is doing so bad. So I'm trying here, guys. I'm trying here. Joe Flacco, little side note, Joe Flacco has not missed one single game in the past 8 seasons, not one single game. Tore his ACL, MCL, meniscus, just fucked up everything in his leg, and finished the game. Led the Baltimore Ravens on a game-winning drive, kicking a field goal that beats the St. Louis Rams 16-13, and another thing about how they were talking about this on Sports Talk Radio here in Philly, how Joe Flacco has played every game in the past 8 seasons. The Philadelphia Eagles haven't had one single quarterback that started every single game in any of the last 8 seasons. Think about that. Baltimore had a quarterback that literally started every single game. Philadelphia Eagles haven't had one quarterback that played a full season of football in the entire career of Joe Flacco thus far. That's crazy if you think about it. But anyways, that's what you get when you sign guys like Vic, you sign guys like Bradford, and Sanchez is good for an injury too himself. Though he hasn't been injured on the Eagles, to be fair. But anyways, St. Louis. Oh, another thing coming out of this game, the whole Case Keenum thing. Of him getting knocked out, not necessarily knocked out, but knocked silly when his head slammed down late in the 4th quarter, and one of the offensive linemen goes to pick him up, and he's just completely limp and could barely stand up. And there's supposed to be some sort of monitoring system, which I've seen happen a number of times, where a player is pulled off at order of the NFL official on the sideline because of the whole concussion awareness thing and the concussion prevention and safety of the players. What happened with Case Keenum was the biggest fucking joke to the established system that there is in the NFL right now. You can't have a system in place that monitors the wellness and concussion awareness on the field. And I know this happened in the Super Bowl when a certain receiver on a certain team got knocked woozy. He was left in the play and ends up scoring one of the game-winning touchdowns, but the Patriots get a bye, I guess. But anyway, this, however, was a lot more blatant than what you saw with the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Case Keenum was, just mentally retarded after that hit. That was bad. How could anyone monitoring be like, oh, he's good? So what, the lineman tried to pick him up and he fell to the ground like he's dead. Oh, he's good. Oh my God! If I was Case Keenum, I would be suing the ever-loving shit out of the NFL. If there was some sort of monitoring system to make sure that players aren't playing while concussed, and this guy went on and kept playing the game, and then ends up turning over the ball after that? What the fuck? That was the biggest joke. If the NFL is going to act like they care about player safety and concussion awareness, that was the biggest fucking joke. Anyways, Case Keenum, I hope he sues the NFL for everything they're fucking... Well, not really. I don't want to see the NFL go away, but at least get $10 million. There you go. Washington at Carolina. one of the upset picks I had of the week because Washington's been playing the best football. But unfortunately for Washington, Carolina is now playing some of the best football in all of the NFL. Carolina is now doing what they should do, that they haven't done as much in the first half of the season. That is just putting their foot on the fucking throats of anyone that is an inferior talent that steps on the field with them. And 44-16 speaks volumes. This Carolina team and Cam Newton quietly having a MVP out of nowhere type season. This Carolina team is the real deal, and they are the team to beat in the NFC. I wish they were playing the Cardinals this year. Oh my God, they might see them in the playoffs, but they're just the real deal. They're the real deal. I gave them a lot of doubt. Granted, they created a lot of reasonable doubt in people like me by just not playing that well, but they're still winning games. Even the games they weren't playing well in, they still win games, and that's what winners do. At the end of the day, it matters what's in that W column. And right now, all the games are marked in the W column. Oh, Peyton Manning quarterbacks the Denver Broncos to a 17-15. Wait a second. Peyton Manning wasn't playing. Excuse me, Tom Brady's bitch wasn't playing. Osweiler was playing. And he quarterbacked against a very good Bears team as of late. Not all season, but this Bears team was playing very good. Denver defense played phenomenal, and Osweiler got the job done aside from tripping Hillman on that fourth down play right before Baltimore, right before the Broncos were about to score a touchdown on that fourth down attempt, and Hillman got tripped by Osweiler. Okay, Osweiler had one baby fuck up. But I'll tell you what, he deserves to be starting on this team right now. Kid yourselves all you want. Osweiler played a better game than Peyton Manning has played in weeks. What was his final stats anyways? I'm just curious here. Osweiler, no interceptions. How many games has Tom Brady's bitch had without an interception this year? I think just one. All right, he's already tied with Tom Brady's bitch in that category. 20 for 27? Wow! That's a pretty good completion percentage. Took 5 sacks. Okay, he's got to work on his pocket awareness. All right, not a perfect game. 2 touchdowns, 250 yards. You're going to tell me you want Peyton Manning back? You want to tell me you want Tom Brady's bitch back? Is there any Denver fan that's going to tell me you want Tom Brady's bitch back behind the center? Fuck out of here. Oakland at Detroit. Thanks, Oakland. Thanks a lot. Thanks for not showing up, and thank you for giving more motivation to a team that the Eagles have to play. I feel sorry for us to play Detroit next. Oh, wait, it's the Eagles in a game that Detroit is always motivated to play on Thanksgiving Day. I was thinking of making like some like little friendly bet with Undertaker Freak or something like that for this game, but I'm like, why? Why bet on a dead horse against a lion? I mean, please, Detroit's playing motivated football right now, and it's not like Detroit's like beating the world. I mean, they beat the Packers last week. They scored like 18, 19 points, scored 18 points this week. It's not like there was some big dominant threat coming into this Thanksgiving game. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. But 2-game winning streak. The beleaguered Lions are coming into Thanksgiving Day with a 2-game winning streak. Thanks a lot, Oakland. Thanks a lot. Anyways, I couldn't believe Oakland lost that game. Like, I can at least somewhat understand the Packers losing, because at least the Packers were playing bad football leading up to that game. It's like, Oakland's been playing really good football. Just 2 weeks ago, they had one of the best games, even in a loss against Pittsburgh. One of the best games I've seen out of a team all season. The Jets, as usual, dick teasing their fans. It's like, oh, we're primed to at least take a wild card spot this year, and then you lose 2 games in a row and go, bye-bye season, bye-bye wild card spot. But then the Bills end up losing, but we'll get to that in a second. Houston all of a sudden is saying, hey, we can win the NFC South. Why is everyone looking past us? And J.J. Watt is playing much more motivated football. It's just a shame that Clowney can't. Anyways. No making fun of this team this week. Dallas beat Miami 24-14. Romo's back. Didn't look that good, but he looked good enough to win the game. Whatever. It wasn't an impressive game. It wasn't a shit game. It's a win. And it snaps a 7-game winning streak, or 7-game losing streak for the Dallas Cowboys. So hip hip hooray! The Cowboys won a game. Now they're penciled in for the Super Bowl because they're gonna run through Carolina. They're gonna run through the Packers. They're gonna run through everyone else. They're gonna beat Washington twice. Everyone else. They're just gonna go right through to the Super Bowl. Keep thinking that. And I told you this a couple weeks ago. One of these sub 500 teams, because there's just too many fucking sub 500 teams, is going to storm back and win and get into the playoffs. And Kansas City, I said, had as good a chance as anyone else. And lo and behold, 33-3 victory over the San Diego Chiefs. And now all of a sudden, Kansas City, actually, I think they're over 500 now. Are they not? Yeah, they're 5-5. Oh, right in wild card control, especially with that, getting ahead of myself, the Buffalo loss. If you think anyone wants to play Kansas City right now, just based on the fact that they were 1-5 to start the season, I don't think you're looking at this team correctly. Trust me, no one wants to play Kansas City right now. That's a team that just got their shit together. They said, we are not a 1-5 fucking football team. All of a sudden, 4 wins in a row later, 33-3. I know it's the Chargers and they've been playing shit ball, but man, oh boy, Kansas City sent message to the league. Minnesota. Oh man, you had a chance to just all but wrap up the NFC North and you let Aaron Rodgers and the Packers come into your home turf. Aaron Rodgers still, I don't know what's his problem with the completion percentage. Like, he had a good game and all, but what was his? I remember it being particularly bad. Yeah, 16 for 34. It's still not even completing half his passes. 30-13, you more than doubled up your opponent. You got the win and got the momentum right back to Green Bay right now, because that's a game, if they lost this game to Minnesota, that's just such a kick in the dirt. Such a kick in the dirt. I mean, they would have been just such a long shot to win the NFC North at that point. But any given Sunday, San Francisco at Seattle. San Francisco loses 13-29. That game is what it is. Blah blah blah. Yay, Seattle. Seattle making a storm back up to the NFC West until they saw who the Arizona Cardinals' opponent was on Sunday Night Football. The Cincinnati Bengals. Just like that, the Patriots have a 2-game commanding lead in the AFC because the Cincinnati Bengals, for whatever fucking reason, can't win a game unless it's at 1 or 4 o'clock in the regular season, because they lose at 1 or 4 o'clock in the playoffs as well. What is with this team? How can you look like world beaters at 1 and 4 o'clock in the regular season, and then in these primetime games, it's not that they lost, it's just they lost abysmally. My God, and Carson Palmer. It's like everyone's talking about Cam Newton being the MVP of the league. It's like, well, is anyone looking at Carson Palmer? Yeah, he had those 2 picks early, but man, he carried this team on his fucking back. Especially on that minute and change drive left to win the game. Holy shit. As far as I'm concerned, it's Arizona, Carolina, and no one else in the NFC right now. Like, no one else is at Arizona and Carolina's level right now. That better be what the NFC Championship ends up being. I will fucking love that. I mean, other than Carson Palmer tearing his fucking knee up I jinxed the shit out of that. I'm sorry, Arizona. I'm sorry. I won't finish that thought. Anyway, Cincinnati and Ginger Boy, Red Ryder, BB Gun lost 31-34. it's just mind-boggling how Cincinnati storms back to tie the game with a minute and change left, only to just give up the game. And I know there's some controversy about the whole simulating the hike call by a defensive player, and you got unsportsmanlike conduct rather than offsides, and whatever. Don't take chances. Don't leave the game up to the referees. Don't let Arizona storm down the field a minute and change left. All right, so stop pissing and moaning about some ticky-tack call, whether Marvin Lewis thinks that his guy wasn't simulating the snap count or anything like that. Then whatever. Don't leave the game in the hands of the refs. Wrap this game up before something like that can happen. I hate crying about ref calls. And anyone who's watched these videos knows that I am not one to cry about refs' calls, especially when the Eagles lose. Finishing off the week, Buffalo at New England. If you would have told me Tom Brady had an interception, Gronk got shut down, Blunt had 50-some yards rushing, I'd be like, well, Buffalo wrapped that ass up. 20-13, New England wins this game. New England has so many disadvantages right now with injuries and circumstance and any number of things. And I give up trying to convince people that this is just the best goddamn football team that you're going to see. The Tom Brady-Belichick combination on top of this team just finding ways to win. Finding ways to win. Not even sweating the fact that there's added pressure from having all the wins, and it's interesting with them now having that 2-game lead. If they keep winning games, you got to wonder, is this going to be like that 16-0 season they had where they keep playing despite having things wrapped up? Are they going to keep Brady in? Are they going to, play for domination again? I would think so, because, whatever, say Brady gets hurt in week 17 or something like that, he's got nothing left to play for as far as another Super Bowl or anything like that. There's, it's not going to hurt his legacy all that much. I think they go full throttle and try and win out the season. But anyways, that's looking ahead. Buffalo, everyone else that has 5 wins thanks you and 4 wins for that matter, thanks you for giving them a chance of snatching a wild card when you could have wrapped that up yourself. Eagles at Detroit video a little bit later this week, a little bit later today, I should say, because that game's Thursday. I'm going to get that out to you today. Carolina at Dallas. Carolina. Dear, dear, dear Carolina. Dear, dear, dear Carolina, I've doubted you so many times. So many times. But I'm a believer in you now. Don't let me down. Now that I'm Carolina, just coming close. I'm not gonna be harsh. I believe in you now. Please win this game. I'm giving you all the credit in the world. You're the team to beat in the NFC. Please don't lose to the Cowboys after I say that you're the team to beat in the NFC. Please don't give those cockroach motherfucking Cowboys fans an ounce of confidence. Please. I'm going to hate Carolina so fucking much if they lose this game. Because if there's one thing that's going to salvage the absolute sour taste of seeing my team lose to a team that lost their first, 6-7 games, the Detroit Lions? If there's one thing that's going to salvage the sour taste that game is going to leave in my mouth, it's going to be seeing the Dallas Cowboys get their shit pushed in. Now granted, I'll still be bitter because my team's going to be losing. But Carolina, you guys can win. You guys can end the suffering of the Dallas fans, end the hope of the Dallas fans this year. They think they're going to run the table and go into the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. Half their fans already think that. I know Carolina fans. I'm astounded they think that too. Carolina, end that ridiculousness. End it. This is a wounded dog. Take it up back, put a bullet in its head. Old Yeller style. Is that too much to fucking ask? Picking Carolina to win. Better fucking win. Oh, you better fucking win. Chicago at Green Bay. All of a sudden, Green Bay is back to like the powerhouse favorite. They're favored 9 points in this game. It's like, has anyone been seeing how Chicago's been playing lately? I mean, Chicago almost beat the Broncos against a very good defense. This defense in Green Bay sucks. I mean, I don't see how Green Bay is all of a sudden a 9-point favorite again all of a sudden. Like, Green Bay's not been playing that good. I still got Green Bay winning at home here, though. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Minnesota at Atlanta. All right, this is the game that is going to put the proverbial bullet in the dog head of the Atlanta Falcons, or it's going to have Minnesota say, like, God damn it, we blew our chance last week. Got to come back with a win this week. Minnesota loses 2 in a row. Bye-bye NFC North chances. You better hope you pick up a wild card at that point. Atlanta is just a dead fucking dog. I mean, they don't need to put the bullet in. Minnesota's going to win. St. Louis at Cincinnati. What time is this game? 1 o'clock? Okay, Cincinnati's going to win. New Orleans at Houston. That New Orleans defense is so fucking trash. So fucking trash. Look for Houston to put up 40-something points in this game. Houston wins. Tampa Bay at Indianapolis. Road game, out of conference, Tampa. Tampa's playing motivated football right now, and I'm going to pick a motivated team until they become demotivated because, man, stomping the Eagles at Philly, beating Dallas, clawing a victory in the final seconds of that game. I got Tampa winning. But don't worry, Indianapolis, you're still in it because your division sucks. San Diego at Jacksonville in the who gives a shit game of the year, except that Jacksonville is playing for an AFC South title. And they got the shitbird Chargers coming in. Oh my God. Jacksonville. If New Orleans upsets Houston, oh my gosh. Jacksonville will win at home. Yikes. Buffalo at Kansas City. Buffalo, this is why it would have been so huge to win that game in New England. Because right now, you're going into a fucking buzzsaw in Kansas City. I'm sorry, Buffalo, but kiss your wild card spot goodbye and say hello to the team that's going to take it from you. Or is Kansas City going to storm back and pass the little team from Denver? Maybe. But we'll hold that thought for now. Look for Kansas City to win at home. Miami at the Jets. Jets! You got a chance to salvage the hopes and dick tease your fans when you lose on a tie break for the last wild card spot. Anyways, Jets are going to win against Miami at home in New Jersey. Oakland at Tennessee. Oakland, you're better than the Titans. You should win this game, and you will. New York Giants at the Washington Redskins. The Giants could wrap up pretty much the NFC East if Carolina wins on Thanksgiving. All you got to do, Giants, is then win against the Redskins. That would create a 3-game gap between you two, and not even the super resurgent charge of Tony Romo and the Cowboys could overcome that. Redskins. Arizona at San Francisco. Arizona's going to win this game by 152 points. I am not exaggerating. Pittsburgh at Seattle. Oh, this is a good game. This is going to be a good game. Pittsburgh at Seattle. Sign me up for that shit. Yeah, Pittsburgh winning this game. But I see a very entertaining affair coming from this. New England at Denver. I don't know if Tom Brady's bitch is going to be playing in this game, but, you know, at least Tom Brady's bitch, worst case scenario, is he gets a front row seat from the bench watching Tom Brady. This would be, it's almost like, you know, okay, Tom Brady's bitch doesn't deserve to play, but it's like, I want to see him play in this game. I really do. Because I want him to be knelt in front of his master and juggle his fucking balls with his tongue. It's very gay, and there's nothing wrong with that. Anyways, I got New England winning at Denver, especially if Tom Brady's bitch is playing, but even if Oswald Cobblepot's playing. Baltimore at Cleveland. Monday Night Football, last game of the week. Wow. I don't even know who the fuck the backup quarterback is in Baltimore now. He's going to be finishing the season. Cleveland, I guess, is going to win, since I don't even know who the fuck is quarterbacking now in Baltimore. It's something that you've never had to pay attention to because Flacco has been such a reliable quarterback. All right, guys, I tried getting as entertaining as possible for you, but it's tough. It's tough when my team is doing that fucking bad. It's tough. Carolina win. Because as we all know, fuck the Dallas Cowboys. Be out later today with that Eagles-Lions review. Not that there's much to review in that, since I pretty much gave what my thoughts are in this video. Anyways, that's coming out later today. Peace.